Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something really deep, okay? And that's healing your inner child. I have to say this. If you're looking for a channel that stays on the surface, that keeps things comfortable, that never asks you to go deep, you might want to swipe away right now, because that is not what we do here. This channel is about being raw, unfiltered, vulnerable, and doing the kind of healing that actually changes your life. And today, I'm going to go further than I've ever gone before, okay? I just want to share this with you guys. I recently did an exercise in therapy that I'm going to share. Not because it was easy, but because if it helps even one person watching this feel less alone, then it's worth it for me to share. The exercise was writing a letter to my younger self. Now, I want to be clear about something before we even go any further, because this is really, really important. I didn't write one letter, I wrote two, because there were two specific moments in my life, two turning points that shaped everything. The way I loved, the way I trusted, the way I saw myself, the patterns I carried into my everyday relationships without even realizing it. The first letter is to my 5-year-old self. The second letter is to my 16-year-old self. Two completely different wounds, two different ages, but both of them were quietly running my life from the background until I finally turned around and faced them. And before I read them to you, I want to talk about healing your inner child, because if you've never heard of it, this might be the most important thing you hear today. Your inner child basically is the part of you that was formed in your earliest years, okay? The part that learned whether the world was safe or dangerous, whether you were worthy of love or not, okay? Whether your feelings mattered or were something to be ashamed of. And here's what most people don't even realize. When something happens to us as children that we don't have the tools to process, we don't just get over it. We carry it. We carry it into our friendships, into our relationships, into the way we see ourselves when nobody else is watching. Those wounds, they're not just going to disappear just because we grew up. They get buried. And the inner child work is the process of going back and finding that little person inside of you who never got what they needed, and finally giving it to them. It is some of the hardest work you will ever do, and some of the most powerful. So today, I'm actually going to read you guys both of my letters out loud, because healing out loud is kind of our thing here. And if it touches somebody, just one person, then I've done my job. If you guys want to, you can write your own letter too. Whatever age you need to go back to, because that version of you is still wanting to hear what I'm about to say to mine. Okay. Whew, here we go. The first letter is to my 5-year-old self. Dear little Teresa, I need you to hear me, really hear me. What happened to you was not your fault. Not one single second of it. You were so little. You were so innocent. You were trusting. And the people who were supposed to be your safe space, they failed you. What was done to you was so wrong, and it was so cruel. And you did not deserve any of that. You didn't cause it. You could have not have stopped it. You were just a little girl who needed to be loved and kept safe. And I am so sorry that you weren't. What was taken from you, your innocence, your sense of safety, your ability to trust, none of that defines you. None of that is who you are. You are not what was done to you. You are so much more than that. You are brave. Even then, you survived something that would have broken most people. You kept going. You kept showing up. That little girl inside of you is one of the strongest people I know. And I need you to know you are safe now. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody. I am here. And I will never, ever let anyone do that to you again. I've got you, I promise. I love you, Teresa, always. Whew, okay. That was a lot. My second letter is to my 16-year-old self, because that little girl made it through. She survived. She kept going. But by 16, there was a new wound, a different kind of pain. The kind that doesn't leave a visible mark, but carries something out of you, just the same, right? So here goes my second letter. Dear 16-year-old Teresa, I see you. I see a girl who stopped feeling seen at home and went looking for love in the only place that seemed to offer it. I'm not here to judge that. I understand it completely. When the people who are supposed to choose you every day stop showing up, you go find someone who will. And then you found out you were pregnant. And you were 16 years old and scared. And you needed your family more than you had ever needed them in your entire life. And you came home and your room was empty. Not just empty, erased. Everything made that space yours. Your bed, your dresser, your posters on your wall, every single trace of your personality, gone, packed up and put in a basement like it was something to be hidden away. And then came the words that I wish I could go back and protect you from hearing. That every time they looked at your face, you made them sick. You were 16 years old, pregnant, terrified, and the people who were supposed to love you unconditionally looked at you and saw something shameful. And just like that, the family you knew was gone. Not slowly, not gradually, but in one single moment. You went from having a home to being told you were no longer even welcome in it. I need you to hear what I'm about to say, and I need you to really let it in. You are not shameful. You are not something to be hidden. You were a child who needed grace and instead got cruelty. What they did in that moment was not love. It was not discipline. It was not tough. It was abandonment, dressed up as a consequence. And no 16-year-old girl deserves that, especially not you. That empty room became a wound that followed you everywhere, into every relationship, into every moment. Someone got too close and you braced for them to leave. Every time. Love felt too good to be true because the last time you trusted it, you came home to an empty room. But I need you to know something. You survived that day. You walked into that empty room with nothing. And you built a life anyway. You kept going when most people would have collapsed. You carried things no teenager should have ever had to carry. And you carried them with a strength you didn't even know you had. And that strength, that resilience, that refusal to be broken, that is yours. Nobody gave it to you. Nobody can take it from you. You are not what they did to you that day. You are not the empty room. You are everything that's filled in it. You are loved. You are worthy. You are seen. And everything you went through, every moment of feeling disposable, every moment of searching for love in the wrong places, every moment of carrying shame that was never yours to carry, it was all building the woman who you are today. The woman who heals out loud. A woman who turns her pain into purpose. A woman who shows up for others the way nobody showed up for her. That is who you became. And I could not be more proud of you. I love you. I'll always love you. And I'm never leaving you. Love always, Teresa. That was hard. But that's what this channel is about. If you guys are carrying an abandonment wound from your childhood, if there's a version of you that never got the love, the safety, or the grace they deserved, writing a letter to your inner child might be exactly what your healing needs next. You don't have to share it with anyone. You don't have to do it for anyone else. Just write it for you. The version of you that's still waiting to hear that they are safe, that they are loved, and what happened to them was not their fault. That little person inside of you deserves to hear it. Drop I see you in the comments if this hit home, and share it with someone who needs permission to go back and heal what was left behind. As always, your frequency is your power. protect it, feed it, trust it, and be intentional about who you let into your healing, because we rise together, but only when we each do our own work. Until next time, heal loud, guys. Thanks for watching.